Hello and welcome to Weird Around Illinois. You may have heard some of our earlier podcasts where we've talked about ghost hunting equipment. And in the past year or so, we've actually done quite a few ghost investigations and we're planning a few more. So we've had a chance to use a lot of this ghost equipment a lot more than we did when we did our initial videos on it. So we thought this would be a great time to kind of take stock of these devices, talk about them a little bit more, and our personal experiences with them. So let's do that and let's get weird.
Yeah, and starting off with the most classic one in my opinion is the EMF detector. Now, for years, we have had two older EMF detectors or electromagnetic frequency detectors, which I don't even know when you got them. Probably
Long time ago.
Yeah. So the credibility of them was always lingering, but I think they actually were working quite well for a while.
Yeah, they were okay.
Yeah, and then we got the Kaiweets one. It turned out very, very well. I mean, it's very high quality for sure, and we've been using it ever since. So
yeah, it's got multi-functions. It detects the magnetic field, it detects the electric field, and there's a third field that it detects, and it escapes me at the moment. Electric, magnetic,
radio?
Yeah, radio frequency, that's it. And it gives you the little warning if you go into danger zones or extreme zones on any of them. It'll turn red.
Yeah, turns red. You better
you've got a ghost sitting on your lap or a portal opening under your chair.
Link to that one is in the description.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it got a workout when we were in Galena.
Yeah, it was probably on half the time.
yeah, and we saw some strange stuff on that detector too. Also at the lodge in Antioch, I remember it going off in a few strange places. So another thing that we have added recently, at least we've added a better one recently, is the Spirit Box. We used a Spirit Box app for a couple of years, and that I had my doubts about. But the actual Spirit Box I've been really happy with. It's given us some interesting sounds.
Yeah, I will never fully trust spirit or ghost apps in general.
Yeah.
They always seem a little bit off, and then in between you'll see ads and stuff, and it just throws the whole thing off.
Yeah.
I remember you used to play that on the car speaker.
Oh yeah, the app.
Yeah, I called it the most impressive spirit box ever or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spirit would have possessed the entire car and then sent a message. It would have been the super speaker.
Yeah, it was great until the ad for the Save the King game or something came on right in the middle of Ghost Investigation.
Rise of Kingdoms or something.
Yeah. But our current Spirit Box, again in Galena, we got some really interesting stuff on that that I really wasn't expecting. I kind of thought Spirit Boxes would be more random, but I really felt like we were getting answers to questions from that thing at times.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm skeptical of them, but you never know what could happen.
Yeah. And again, how they work is they just scan AM or FM frequencies at a really high rate of speed, and you catch these little bits and pieces of conversations or songs or whatever. But the idea is that the ghost is somehow pushing the spirit box toward the frequency that has the word that they're trying to say. So at times it seemed like that was working, but I can understand why you're skeptical. It does seem very random as well.
And next is cat balls, which is one of my favorites. It's just a ball that when you move it, it lights up. So we just place it somewhere and we ask for a spirit or ghost to light it up, and sometimes it works.
Yeah.
As simple as that, really.
Mm-hmm. I like it because it's really light and easy to move, or easy to activate. So if a spirit wouldn't need tremendous energy to cause one to light up.
It's true.
Problems that they're difficult to find in bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. A similar thing to the cat balls is the REM pod, which is basically just a thing with a antenna on it.
Yeah, this one is just a tiny bit different because it's instead of forcing physical touch, that's where if you're within the vicinity of it, you're in front of it or to the side of it, and you're distance away, it'll detect you.
Yeah, it detects your electrical field.
Yeah, the electrical field.
Yeah, so I haven't had the REM pod work for us yet. Other than detecting us. It detects us really well.
Yeah, I remember a couple times when we had it at the hotel in Galena, I'd walk past every once in a while and it would go off. But meanwhile, the cat balls, nope, didn't go off until you asked the spirit to.
Yeah.
Alright, and then there were divining rods, which we've used quite a few times, but overall we haven't gotten a ton of a ton of results from them, but essentially it's copper rods that you hold. You have 2 of them. You hold on to them very lightly, of course, and you just ask a couple questions and kind of have structure with your questions and see if anything comes of it.
Yeah, and you may recall when we first got them, I did that test where you guys hid something, and I used the rods to find it.
Oh, yeah.
And that was pretty accurate. Unfortunately, what I usually get from the divining rods when I use them is negative responses. I usually get like, is there a ghost here? Nope. Okay, moving on.
Well, see, at least you get responses, though. When I try to use them, nothing happens. So I don't know. There's obviously something to that you have that's better than me. I guess it depends on the person who uses them.
Yeah, it does. And your level of confidence in them and things like that. You're more of a skeptic than I am, so it could very well prevent you from opening yourself up to whatever it is that powers those things.
Maybe
to start believing.
Yeah. So more down to earth sort of device that we use is a recorder. And back when we did the Bloods Point Road investigation, I was using a good old fashioned cassette recorder. I still think there's merit to cassette recorders. But I will say that I have really enjoyed using the digital recorder that we've used on our last few investigations. There's a couple things about it. Number one, it's small enough that I can actually hold it next to the spirit box, so I can record everything that the spirit box says. The other thing about it is that it automatically does voice to text. So if the spirit box says something really, really pronounced, it'll tell me what it thinks the word is. And record it as such. The other thing, and this happened to us at Kachina Bella, 2 devices seem to have an independent magnetic field, and when something activates it, it will actually push the 2 devices apart from each other, which I found fascinating. But you need a good recorder on any ghost hunt that you go on, just because there's going to be things that happen that you forget, or there's going to be things that happen that maybe the human ear can't pick up at the time, but you'll hear them on the recording. So, very handy.
I gotta say, out of all the things that we have, I was not expecting the recorder to be what causes a magnetic interference thing.
Yeah, we've got all this high-tech gear, and we've got a recorder that's pushing things away.
Yeah, worked, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, and just like, we have a ton of cameras at all times that we tend to record with, mainly phones, but there's also, the night vision or thermal that we tend to use more so with a lot of ghost hunting stuff. What tends to happen is that people will see on thermal cameras either a cold spot or a hot spot in various areas, and if it's that drastic, it seems to be the outline of some being, some ghost or spirit. That's what the theory is.
Yeah, and we used the thermal camera pretty extensively in the basement of DeSoto House, looking for the lady in black.
Yeah.
And I did see some really weird cold spots there, but didn't see the lady in black on the thermal camera, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
This is another one of those things I'm skeptical of, because I personally don't see how a thermal camera can pick up a ghost.
Yeah, I don't think it's picking up directly the ghost. You're not gonna see an outline of a ghost going ooh and waving its arms around and whatnot. It's just picking up the temperature that influenced it.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen on the ghost shows where the person says, "Did you feel that the temperature drop in here?" I mean, This is just a way to quantify that. When people get that chill down their spine and they feel like the room suddenly got 10 degrees colder, now we can say it's actually 11.4 degrees colder.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
And there's also the 2-way radio, which we technically just recently added to this list because it's not one that was expected.
No, it wasn't meant to be a ghost detector. It was meant to allow us to communicate between our 2 rooms.
Yeah, we brought it because of the distance, but instead, as you saw in the footage, if you watched the Galena video, it just started going off and making the noise nonstop.
Yeah, and there's only that one radio. It wasn't both.
Right.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah, and they were both on the same frequency, so if it was like a transmission or something, both radios would have been going off.
It's odd.
And we should mention that the 2 radios were in separate rooms at the time, so It's not like the ghost, maybe if both were in the same room at the same time, the ghost would have activated both radios at the same time. But it was interesting.
Yeah. Next was flashlights. We brought a few at Galena again.
We bring them everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. But Galeno was the first one we really brought it seriously, I think, though. Basically, with flashlights, you can see if like the battery drains, because sometimes spirits can like drain the battery. And also, basically, you can ask it to turn like the light off or on, and sometimes it'll turn on. You never know.
Yeah, our fourth member did something weird where she had like turned the flashlight on and screwed the flashlight together almost to the point where it would turn on, but not quite. So that it just, literally had to do a little nudge to turn it on. And she was trying to get, any spirit to turn it on that way. It never happened, but I thought that was an interesting approach.
Yeah, unique for sure.
And then lastly is a ghost camera app. I use GhostTube every now and then. Basically tracks human shapes or humanoid shapes, and it can tell supposedly if like spirits or ghosts a human shape is around. I personally haven't had any success with that though. I've only been able to register actual humans.
Yeah, that's another app that I'm extremely skeptical of, because that doesn't exactly make sense. I guess I don't know. I don't know how high quality that app would be. If it's just detecting a humanoid shape, there could always be errors with that.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's basically as good as your cell phone. The actual cameras that use that technology are different. They've got like different lenses and different detection on them. So, if we ever feel like dropping $500 on another camera, that would be the way to go.
Again, though, it's just a camera.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be more expensive, more gadgets, anything, but it's still just a camera.
True.
It sees a lot of it is what we see too. So
Right.
there's only so much you can see that we can't see, I feel like, with
Yeah,
the
you're
camera.
probably right.
But with the app, when it's dark, the camera can't even register anything. So it's pointless when it's dark.
Again, the limitations of your phone.
Yeah.
It's, the actual camera probably has like night vision built in, like better night vision. I know your phone has night vision too, but yeah. So the app probably isn't great, but the verdict's still out on the actual ghost vision camera, whatever they call that. I forget the type of camera, like an EM or EVP camera or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's our evaluation of the ghost hunting gear that we've been using recently. If you're using something else and have had better luck with it, we'd love to hear it. Or if you're using the stuff that we're using and you've encountered something else with it, we'd love to hear it. As always, we thank you for listening and thank you for subscribing.